Hello, everyone. Can you hear me okay? Wonderful, because I usually speak softly, and people always tell me they can't hear me. So it's wonderful to be here, and isn't it amazing? God's divine mercy gathers us all here together. And just so you know, I'm not trying to make a fashion statement with my footwear in case you take a look at that. But what a blessing for all of us to be here. And I want to thank all of you for making those efforts in the challenges, in the weather. But we are going to be blessed more than ever today on this feast day. You know, I was invited to lead a pilgrimage to Poland and Vilnius and be in Poland today. But I said, no, I want to be here with all of you and celebrate divine mercy here. Thank you. And isn't it amazing and consoling that Jesus himself instituted this feast? It's very consoling knowing that we're here because he asked us to celebrate this beautiful feast. And you know what? He used a very simple, freckle-faced Polish peasant girl named Helen Kowalska to step forward and to allow the amazing weight of divine mercy to be placed upon her shoulders. That was quite a mission. And our Lord also used beautiful St. John Paul II to institute this feast and also to canonize dear St. Faustina. And you know, if it wasn't for our Lord's love and mercy, I wouldn't be standing here today. I wouldn't have survived such a crazy and dangerous past. But our Lord sustained me with his grace and mercy and love, just as he sustains all of us. We need to turn to him so often. Some of you might know that I consider myself still a dear friend of Father Andrew Apostoli of happy memory. We're very close. And do you want to know what we were talking about in his last days? I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We were talking about Saint Faustina and divine mercy. Father, even in his last days, was trying so hard, striving for holiness, yet I already knew he was pretty holy. And he knew I was writing this book, 52 Weeks with St. Faustina. And we had quite the amazing conversations. He was begging St. Faustina for her intercession. He was still striving to be a saint. And he was offering his sufferings for the salvation of souls. Yes, St. Faustina is so beloved to countless souls, even very holy ones like Father Andrew, who turn to her often. And did you know that along her journey, St. Faustina consulted with another saint in her dream, St. Therese. St. Therese appeared in St. Faustina's dream, and St. Faustina wanted to know if she would also be raised to the altar as a canonized saint like St. Therese. And St. Therese reassured the young nun at that time and said, indeed, she would be. But first, she had to really trust our Lord. Even back then, she needed to learn how to trust our Lord very much. Now, do we trust our Lord? And I mean wholeheartedly. Yes, good. Because sometimes we look out the window or the door or turn on the news, and it looks like the world is going to hell in a handbasket. And I'm sorry to be blunt, but do we have time to mince words or to turn the other way? No, we don't. So we need to call upon our Lord and his divine mercy and to not be afraid to push beyond our comfort zone, to reach out with his love and mercy. Jesus said his mercy is for everyone, even and most especially the most hardened sinners. Jesus told St. Faustina, the graces of my mercy are drawn down by means of one vessel only, and that is trust. The more a soul trusts, the more it will receive. Souls that trust boundlessly are a great comfort to me, because I pour all the treasures of my graces into them. I rejoice that they ask for much. Don't forget that. Ask for much, as long as it's according to God's holy will. And he said, it is my desire to give them much, very much. On the other hand, I am sad when souls ask for little, when they narrow their hearts. Now, brothers and sisters, are we doing our part to spread the message of divine mercy? We're not meant to jump up on an altar or a table and preach it to the masses, but our Lord would like us to preach it, yes, one-on-one, within our family, within our reaching out to our neighbors and to our communities. And that is when our Lord is really working in those times when it might be hard to reach out beyond our comfort zone to offer God's mercy to a complete stranger many times. So please don't fear moving beyond what feels comfortable to you. Our world is in such need. You heard Father Calloway talk about, our world today. And our Lord is calling upon all of us to step up to the plate, to pray extra chaplets, and to be his love and mercy to others. I have witnessed our Lord working so powerfully when we move beyond what feels comfortable to help others. And do you know what? Our Lord told his Secretary of Mercy that a truly amazing thing happens when we trust him. But first, I'm going to tell you, he said he's so sad when we don't trust him. That makes him the saddest. He wants us to trust in his love and mercy. We want things our own way all the time, right? We want to have what we desire. But if we had everything we wanted, where would we end up? Hell. There I am, being honest again about that subject. But we need to change our attitude and our desires and realize that our Lord is the divine physician. He knows exactly what we want. He knows what we want, but he also knows what we need and when we need it. So we need to depend on his holy will. We need to depend on our Lord, because that trial we might be undergoing, or that sickness, or the people we're dealing with that don't quite understand our Christianity, those little challenges here and there, our Lord helps us come closer to him through the challenges. He knows exactly what we need. He said to Saint Faustina, "Tell all people, my daughter, that I am love and mercy itself. When a soul approaches me with trust, I fill it with such an abundance of graces that it cannot contain them within itself, but radiates them out to other souls." So you know what? If we really wholeheartedly love our Lord and trust him, I mean wholeheartedly, with everything, the world could look like it's falling down around us, but we need to trust our Lord. And when we do, he promises us that he'll fill us with so many graces that they can't help but radiate out to everyone around us. So we can be such a help to others, even just by trusting our Lord. Now, we're all called to holiness, not just some of the fathers you see around here or the saints we're speaking about, St. Faustina. Every one of us is called to holiness. Mother Teresa, whom I was very blessed to know for about 10 years, used to say, holiness is not the luxury of a few, but a simple duty for you and me. So we work out our salvation within the trenches, right? Within the nitty-gritty details of life. That little baby waking you up in the night, needing your love and care. Your elderly parents that need your help in their difficulties. That guy who gives you the finger in traffic, I'm sorry to say, he needs your prayers. There might not be anyone who would like to pray for him. We work out our salvation within the details of our lives, with every one we encounter, with every opportunity and challenge that unfolds before us. The question is, how will we respond? Will it be with our Lord's love and mercy always, or will it be with something else? I can tell you so many stories about how our Lord works so powerfully. But it's important for us to know that the saints, and in particular we're speaking about Saint Faustina, she didn't become a saint overnight. She had to move her will. She had to put effort into becoming holy. It's the same as us. She worked at it. Same as us. We need to choose holiness. We need to choose to walk forward in faith. Wow, I have 30 seconds to finish. I just saw a sign over there. So, St. Faustina would often fall to the floor in suffering and doubt and her sicknesses, and she would cry to our Lord in prayer. She had nothing else she could do. She was overcome, and she would say, "Jesus, I trust in you." So I want you to remember, no matter how bad it seems, to always trust our Lord. He will grant the graces. I'd like to ask you if you would please think about another Divine Mercy chaplet whenever you get a chance to help those who are about to die tonight. I want to tell you that when Marian Press asked me to write this book, I was very humbled, and I took a journey with St. Faustina. I went on a pilgrimage with her, and I'm hoping that you might also do that. Father Chris Alar said in the foreword of the book that he challenges us to take that, and I was going to read a little bit of what he said, but we don't have time. So finally, let's find comfort in Jesus' words, because he said, "Tell aching mankind to snuggle close to my merciful heart, and I will fill it with peace." So friends, we're on this journey together. Let us reach out with our Lord's love and mercy to help our neighbors, our family, and strangers. St. Faustina's yes to God changed the world forever. What will our yes do? Thank you for your attention, and please pray for me, and know I will be praying for you, and maybe I'll see you at the gift tent at some point. God bless you. God love you. Thank you.